Three. So this is our project. It's called Clean Energy Efforts, Cal Poly Pomona versus Southern California. So it's by Brian Lazo Casanave, Dylan Han, Nathan Chow, Jacob Redman, Diego Torres for for business in California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, California.
Um, s- so for the research question that we came with as a group is, in what ways have Cal Poly Pomona and Southern California implemented clean energy measures, and how do they compare? So first off, why is clean energy important? Clean energy is important for the future because we want to prevent global warming and its many effects it has on the planet, such as rising temperatures and rising sea levels. We can obtain clean energy by utilizing our natural resources around us, such as the sun and the wind that constantly produces green energy instead of extracting harmful substances such as coal and fossil fuels that go into the atmosphere, contributing more to global warming. So Brian Schatz, Hawaii's senior United States senator, even says, and he quotes, America's brightest minds are charting a course to a clean energy future that will provide for our health, safety, and prosperity. So for Southern California, we'll be looking into three counties such as LA County, Orange County, and San Bernardino County. And to get a general idea of the amount of energy each county produces, we can look at the California map, which is on the methods and data. And so the map is created by the California Energy Commission, whose job is to track the electricity and renewable energy of the entirety of California. So the distributed renewable energy for LA County is 1500 plus megawatts. Orange County distributes around 251 to 500 megawatts, and San Bernardino produces 1500 plus megawatts.
Okay, so Cal Poly Pomona data. So 2.61% of energy consumed is clean in 2017. Total energy generated in 2017 was 6,605 metric million British thermal unit, which measures energy content measurement. So then total energy consumed in 2017 was 253,357 metric million British thermal unit. And in 55% of waste diverted from landfills through recycling, compost, and reuse was in 2020. There was a 48% reduction in CO2 levels from 2006. There was a displacing of 85 metric tons of greenhouse gases in 2010 and 210,000 kilowatts of clean energy from solar panels in 2010. So
My
Jacob
bad.
can explain this graph.
Um, Under the Cal Poly Pomona data, this graph shows how much greenhouse gas emissions were created over the course of time from Cal Poly Pomona, with the sectors being split by purchased electricity with 28%, on-campus stationary energy with 15%, transportation being the highest with 55%, agriculture with 1%, and both refrigerants and solid waste being less than 1%.
Okay, so our hypothesized results for Cal Poly Pomona is that Cal Poly Pomona is committed to being carbon neutral by 2030. So far, the campus has used solar arrays on top of the gymnasium, over the parking lot, and installed Amonix, which is a solar power installation, at the Lyle Center for Regenerative Studies. The Lyle Center is a building used for research and experimentation for clean energy and renewable resources. After receiving a $5.38 million grant, the push for carbon neutrality by 2030 gets closer to reality as they continue to research and implement new energy efficient architecture. The Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System measures sustainability performance for universities. In 2017, Cal Poly received a Silver Seal, third highest seal out of five, by stars. Six buildings and a parking structure have received LEED, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Awards, as of October 2019. These include the Collins College of Hospitality Management, Bronco Recreation and Intramural Complex, BRIC, Parking Structure 2, College of Business of Administration Complex, and the residential suites. So what is being done by Cal Poly Pomona right now is that their new buildings are focused on being LEED certified and having clean energy. And also, clean energy research and funding by the Lyle Center, EV charging stations, which are electric vehicles, and recycling.
This bar graph depicts the percentage of renewables for load serving entities of LA County in LA County. Purple is biomass and waste. Orange is geothermal. Gray is small hydroelectric. Yellow is solar, and blue is wind. So if we look at the graph, many different counties use different renewables. Like an example is Burbank Water and Power. But if we look at Lancaster, Choice Energy, Smart Choice, they use 100% wind renewables. LA has a plan in hopes for 100% renewable energy by 2045. The switch will have a minimal impact on the economy because LA County's economy is so big. The switch to 100% renewable energy will also be good for the air quality and overall health. Those with diseases like asthma would be greatly affected as it would help the disease. There will be a reduction in greenhouse gases from 99% to 76%. The switch for 100% renewable energy will have a great impact overall.
So adding on to LA County, the city of Pomona, current energy supplier, Southern California Edison, will mostly be replaced with a plan that was implemented by the city of Pomona called Pomona Choice Energy that was set to proceed on October 1st. So this program allows the city to select the community's power supply, and the city has a say in the setting rates. So although some residents are troubled by this plan, the Pomona Choice Energy program will have long-term benefits as it will lower bills and improve the city and the overall environment. So the program has options of 3 plans: a 35% renewable energy plan, a 100% renewable energy plan at a higher rate, and a net metering option. And so the income from the service will go to stabilize rates, the reserve funds. And so once that is established, the revenue can be used to set up residential and commercial programs for energy conservation and local power generation. So cities such as Baldwin Park, Whittier, and Pico Rivera have implemented this plan that will contribute to the overall health of the environment. So looking at Orange County, we look at 2 cities, City of Orange and Irvine. So looking at City of Orange, located within Orange County, they have implemented ways to produce clean energy. So first off, looking at the graph, look at the middle top of the methods and data. It is showing the observed and projected temperatures set currently and for the future in Orange County. So the graph shows the low and high emission rates of greenhouse gases over the years, which show that it expected to be an increase of 3.5 degrees Fahrenheit in the low emissions and an increase of 6.0 degrees Fahrenheit in the high emissions. And so the city of Orange has already implemented a plan called the Orange Goes Green program toward more resource efficient, environmentally responsible planning, development, and operations. So an example of this plan is where the city of Orange has a new policy where new public buildings such as libraries, schools, and government buildings and retrofits. And so retrofits are modifications made to existing buildings that improve energy efficiency or decrease energy demand that are greater than 10,000 square feet and are designed to meet the leadership in energy and environmental design green building standards. So the city also is recognizing more green projects that can be implemented that can use more clean energy. So for the city of Irvine, they plan to become carbon neutral by 2030. So Irvine has launched a freshly launched Orange County Power Authority, OCPA, that targets to produce green energy for customers. So the Orange County Power Authority has access to $35 million for services that are provided to businesses and $75 million to purchase clean energy. So OCPA offers 100% clean energy to businesses, and it will provide a variety of ranges for customers, such as paying for premium for clean energy and options that are 50% clean energy or less. So the city has also built inroads to help improve energy efficiency and decrease the carbon footprint of area buildings. So the city of Irvine has about 400 EV ports with plans to add about 250 more for electric vehicles, and they are trying to use more energy efficient light bulbs.
Hello, so as you might already know, my name is Brian and I'm going to talk about San Bernardino County and what they are doing in order to meet California's zero carbon emissions plan by 2045. So to begin with, around 2017, the county currently has about 82% of its electricity being produced by non-renewable sources. 70 to 72% from it is from natural gas, 7% will be from large hydroelectric sources, and 2% of it will be coal. Then, as seen in the figure that says August 2017, it also says that there's about 15%, which was renewable, being from about 14 to 70% solar, and 1% from other sources, such as small hydroelectric and nuclear power plants. So now we know their current capacity, the one that they have recently. However, the county, thanks to the 2045 emission plan, also has developed a plan known as the Greenhouse Gas Emission Reduction Plan, whose mission is to meet the California's goal by reaching a specific target through the years, going from, for example, 2016 to 2020 to 2025 and 2030 and so on. And so currently, this plan, which has been updated by 2021, has their target of meeting about 40% less emissions of CO2 by 2030, which is being measured by the 2016 emissions target. So, with help from state laws such as Energy Senate Bill 350, which doubles the statewide energy efficiency savings in electricity and natural gas, but used by 2030, issued by the state, and on-road fuel efficiency measures, they believe that the plan is feasible in order to, and along with this, San Bernardino County itself putting efforts by aiming to improve transportation, planting trees, building bicycle roads for people to try to stop using cars, which is one of the most biggest emission producers, and trying to reduce emissions by making already established housing and buildings in the county, try to manage the electricity, their emissions through remodeling. All right.
Okay, so in conclusion, Southern California and Cal Poly Pomona have similar goals for clean energy efforts. However, Cal Poly Pomona has more realistic goals due to its smaller size. Southern California counties and Cal Poly Pomona have similar measures in place, such as a ramp in electrical vehicle, port production, and solar panels. Research and studies done by Cal Poly Pomona's College of Environmental Design and experiments done in the Lau Center are used by Southern California counties and implemented into infrastructure. These counties depend on Cal Poly Pomona's research in order to push clean energy efforts. Overall, Cal Poly Pomona is doing a better job reducing greenhouse gas emissions due to its smaller size, and these Southern California counties have not made a significant amount of greenhouse gas reduction yet due to its larger size and people to take care of. So, future studies. All of these clean energy efforts by Southern California and Cal Poly Pomona pave the way for new renewable energy technology and clean energy tools for the future. With continued funding, we'll be able to progress the clean energy efforts and be able to reduce greenhouse gas emissions for the future and be able to reach our goals. So that's our presentation. And here are the references to our data on the bottom.